to another episode of the CattleUSA Daily Podcast. Today, I am bringing you guys a podcast that is more on the business side of things and the business mindset side of things, and that is the concept of working smarter versus harder and what that actually looks like. Now, in ag, it is a non-negotiable that we work our asses off, right? Like, it is just part of this life. And so this message today is not a work less message. It is a work better message. And I really want to emphasize that because I am in this life with all of you guys. I'm not going to sit here and say that we need to be working less. You need to prioritize this or that, or this is how you should be doing your life. Absolutely not. I am here to give you guys some practical encouragement on what it actually looks like to evaluate your business, to work smarter and not harder, and what that means for you guys. So what we're going to talk about today is things that are actually going to move the needle and things like that are going to move your business forward, and not just things that you're doing just to stay busy or things that are going to eventually burn you out. So first and foremost, we were raised to hustle. And that is something that is so amazing about ag. Our work ethic is absolutely unmatched. You will always be the person that people are looking at and saying that person works their ass off. And that is amazing. I love that about our industry. But we also need to have the wisdom to step back and ask, is what I'm doing actually getting me closer to my goals? Or am I just doing busy work in order to feel productive? Look at it this way. This is a great analogy that I like to use all the time in my personal business when I'm talking to people about their businesses. So you're running, right? But there's a difference between running around a track in a circle or climbing up a mountain. Both are hard work, but only one changes your view on the situation. So are you putting yourself in a situation where you are climbing that mountain? That is work, it is hard, but it is also changing your view while you are also working. Or are you just running around in a circle on a track that is doing work, you're doing things, but it's not actually moving the needle for you? So the concept of working smarter, what does that look like for us as ranchers? So if you don't have a clear goal or vision, you'll mistake motion for progress. I want to make that extremely clear in this whole phase of what does working smarter look like. You got to know where you're going first, right? So like if you're climbing up a mountain, you know that like you're reaching for that mountain peak, right? But you have that end goal in mind. So what is your goal? What is your vision? What are you doing? What are you working towards? Because if that is profit for you, is it time freedom? Is it expansion? Is it leaving a legacy? What does that look like for you in your operation? And then I want you to nail that down, and then we're going to reverse engineer the steps from that goal. So that looks like this is your goal, and then what are the steps that it's going to take for us to get there, and work backwards to where you are right now. And that is what is actually going to move the needle. That way you are hyper focused on, even if it's a goal that may be 10 years in the future, it is now a goal that feels obtainable and feels like something that you are working towards right now. Whenever I reverse engineer these goals or reverse engineer these visions that I have for my life and my future, it always makes it very tangible for me in my current life. Because sometimes if you're doing them 5-10 years in advance, like, gosh, my life looks way different right now than it did a year ago. Like, do I even really know what my life is going to look like in 5 years? Absolutely not. But when I do things like this, it just makes it feel tangible because now I'm doing things and tasks every single day to work towards that big picture goal. Next, I really want you guys to be prioritizing what is called high impact tasks. So not all hard work is equal. Back to that analogy that I discussed at the beginning of the podcast. Not every single thing that we are doing is going to make the same impact. If you're running in a circle around a track or if you're climbing a mountain, those are both really hard things to do, but only one is changing that perspective. So not all hard work is equal. You need to know the difference between tasks that maintain and tasks that grow. You need to know the difference between what feels urgent versus what is actually important. For example, are you spending your entire day tomorrow working on a menial task that anyone on your team could do, or that isn't really growing your business. It's maybe a task that needs done, but does it need done tomorrow, or does it need done by you? Is it something someone else can do? Or are you spending tomorrow training your crew, going to professional development, or building something that is creating some long-term efficiency for your operation? And I'm not saying you need to not do the menial tasks. Those are important. We need to fix fences. We need to go check cows. We need to do all of those things. That's important in having a successful ranching operation. But at the same time, at least try to carve out a few hours every single day to be doing tasks that are business driving and high impact, that are going to be moving your business forward. The next thing I want you guys to do is I want you to simplify and systemize. Every single time you repeat a task, I want you to ask yourself, can this be simplified? Need a ranch hand, livestock manager, or just some good help around the place? Ranchwork.com is the go-to job board for ranching-focused careers. They connect employers like you with folks who live and breathe the ranching lifestyle. With over 1 million visits a year, your job posting is going to reach a massive audience of experienced, hardworking cowboys, ranch hands, and land stewards, all right here in the U.S. And the best part, the ad rates are super reasonable. So head on over to ranchwork.com and get your job opening in front of the right people today. You don't need fancy software. A notebook or calendar used consistently is smarter than the tech you never open. So whether this is something that you are doing outside every day, whether this is a computer task, whether you're doing your accounting, whatever that may look like, I want you to use what you have, use it consistently, because consistency is better than anything else. Like, you know what? If it is a notebook and an Excel doc for you, then I am so happy that that works for you, as long as you're using it consistently. Now, if you're going and using a fancy software system, that is also amazing. But most important out of all of this is I want you to have smart systems that then are going to lead you to a sustainable hustle. Because the reality of it is we are all hustlers. We are a part of hustle culture. And I am not a hustle culture hater over here. I'm not. I think that there are times in life and phases in life where it is extremely important. As a multi-business owner, it is extremely important to me that I hustle and that my team knows what hustle is. But we're also acknowledging that we're not hustling all the time. So we're looking at our business operations. We're saying, where can we be smarter so that we can continue to hustle, but we're hustling smart. We're hustling in a way that's not going to burn us out. We're hustling in a way that is going to continue to drive our business forward and continue to grow ourselves, and also allow ourselves time to enjoy life and enjoy what we're doing. Also, last point on this, I want you to use tools that buy back your time and grow your margins. In a market that is always evolving, new tools, new systems, new technologies always coming to the forefront, I want you to consistently be asking yourself, is this tool buying me back time? And is it growing my margins? If it's not doing one of those things, then it's not necessary. And you need to find a way to either X-nay that tool out and do something different, or you need to find a tool that does it better, right? Technology is not the enemy. It is horsepower behind your hard work. And it is a way that is going to allow you to keep working your butt off, but being sustainable while doing it, if that makes sense. So most of all, the thing about what I'm talking about today is it's a mindset shift. You should work hard. You should dream big. You should grind, but only if that grind is taking you somewhere. I want you guys to all ask yourself, what's the smartest next step towards my actual goal? Am I doing this to feel busy or to build something that lasts? Don't wear burnout like a badge of honor. Wear results. I want all of you to be focused on where are the results? Where are my business building, empire driving activities that I am doing? And I need to be hyper focused on those. You deserve to see your hard work pay off. You're all working your ass off. You deserve to see that hard work pay off. But that only happens if you pair grit and determination with direction. Going back to what we talked about in the beginning, what is that vision? What is that mission? What is that goal? Where are you going towards? Because I can promise you, if you don't have a clear goal, clear vision, clear place that you're going, you're just going to be running in circles around that track. You're going to keep working, but you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to be stuck in the same cycle, on the same hamster wheel, not going anywhere. So as we wrap up, I want you to remember, working smarter does not replace hard work. It elevates it. That is so important to remember. Working smarter does not replace that hard work that you are doing. It just takes that hard work and takes it to the next level. This week, I want you guys to take some time to find areas in your business that you've been running hard, but maybe just running in circles. I want you to ask yourself, what are those needle moving activities that I've been avoiding? What are those activities that I need to be focusing on? And I want you to start there. Honestly, start there, but first and foremost, get that goal and then get that vision. Where do you want to be going? What do you want your business to look like? Allow yourself to dream a little bit. And then take this mindset of, yeah, we're going to work our stinking butts off, but we're going to do it in a way that is sustainable and that is smart for our operation. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the CattleUSA Daily Podcast. I hope that you guys were able to glean some motivation and just some good thought-provoking ideas from today's episode. As always, we really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Share it with friends, all of the things. We really appreciate it here at the team. And then also, if you guys aren't already aware, we have an amazing daily newsletter that we at the CattleUSA team send out to all of our subscribers that has everything from market reports to LRPs to just some really great daily motivation and other knowledge that you can glean from people within the industry to continue growing your businesses and making them better. So make sure you head down to the show notes, check out all of our links, check out that subscribe to our newsletter link and all of the things like that. And we will see you all tomorrow on another episode of the CattleUSA Daily Podcast. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day.